Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with a new game review. This time I'm reviewing the just released Uncharted Lost Legacy. It was developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment and was just released on August 22nd of 2017 for the PlayStation 4. And it is a standalone expansion to the Uncharted series and features Shiloh Frazier and Nadine Ross. And this is the first in the series that does not feature Nathan Drake since he is retired. And the overall game is played a lot like Uncharted 4, with the gun mechanics, the melee combat, and stealth being somewhat similar. The puzzles and platforming aspects remain, as well as the vehicle segments, and this time the story taking place in India. This title, though being very similar, does have its fair share of differences, including the inclusion of silenced pistols to aid in stealth elements. And most of the environments seem a lot larger than in Uncharted 4's, with multiple branching paths that you can go through, and the AI of both your enemies and your partners seem to be tweaked from the last game overall. During most conversations, responses do have a sort of dialogue tree allowing you to pick different dialogue choices, and the overall plot takes roughly around 10 months after the end of Uncharted 4 and centers on Shiloh in the middle of a civil war in India as she hunts for the tusk of Ganesh. Naturally, since the characters are different, their fighting styles are very different too. Instead of having a brawling aspect, martial arts are used instead, and overall the size, color, and design of the levels are way different than Uncharted 4's, and it even has a lock-picking mechanic in this, and it seems like they really did do a pretty good job with the lock-picking. This is done very similar in the fact that you rotate your analog stick until it vibrates to unlock each pin to actually lockpick. And even though this is just an expansion, it has like one of the largest levels in any Uncharted game to date, called the Western Ghats mountain range. It seems way larger than Uncharted 4's Madagascar. Hands down, it's huge, and there seems to be a lot more exploring and collecting this time. It still has areas that are very linear for action set pieces and over-the-top explosions and fun, but the Ghats seems like a more open world exploration, almost on the lines of like Tomb Raider. There's lots of puzzles, shrines, cities, and collectibles to find. The enemies' strongholds that you come across are pretty fun to take care of too, and the overall mission structure once you get to the Ghats is set up so you can tackle missions in any order that you choose. The size, scope, and details from the lighting effects to overall graphics is impressive, though I actually have had a couple issues with some slowdown and some bugs, including some missing dialogue, but nothing overall that has really destroyed it. Now, the PS4 version does make the game a little bit better in overall resolution if you have a 4K TV set, but it doesn't really do much to it. It does upscale it, but it doesn't really make it go to full 4K, since, like I said, it's normally a 2.5K was what I say the PS4 Pro can do. But even in a PS4 Pro, which I've been playing in, it's still locked at only 30 frames a second. Now, keep in mind the multiplayer aspect from Uncharted 4 also returns, but does have a new co-op survival mode. And other than that, there's really no other new additions so far, other than some new character skins and stuff like that. But all in all, if you played the multiplayer mode from Uncharted 4, you basically know what you're going to be getting when you play this. Now, the overall length of this game is roughly about 10 hours or so. It can take you way longer if you go around and do everything, and if you rush through it, you might be able to beat it in less time than that, of course. Now, considering that the price tag for this game is $40, I do think the price is a little high for it only being roughly a 10-hour stand-alone expansion. But in the end, is it worth it? Well, that'll come up to you. Now, keep in mind when you're playing this game, it does have multiple different things to help you with it. It has a vehicle assist camera option, and also your lock-on aim, and comes with 5 difficulties that start from Explorer and go all the way up to Crushing. Naturally, you have to unlock Crushing before you can actually play it. And roughly when you start the game right from the beginning, it will take you roughly, once it's fully installed, a 25 to 30 second starting load time. Other than that, that's really the only issues that I've actually had with this game. And hands down, it is a wonderful addition to the Uncharted overall series. Though I am upset that it doesn't have Nathan Drake in it, I do understand that they wanted to move away and still have other games in the Uncharted series, but not with Nathan Drake. It's a shame that he's not in this, and he will be missed, but hands down, I have no problem in playing with these two badass women. They are great characters, wonderful voice acting, wonderful motion capture. This game does have some really good dialogue between the two, and all in all, it is a decent game. Now, I always review my games based on if you should buy them, rent them, or pass. Now, if you naturally are a fan of the Uncharted series, even though this is kind of a steep price tag at $40, I say buy it. It is definitely a fantastic game to add to your collection. If you don't have the money right now, go ahead and rent it. Once again, this is actually a physical copy release, so you should have no problems in getting a copy at your local video store and renting it, or the good old mighty Redbox. And I can say without anything at all, don't pass on this. This is a great game. This is another one of those PlayStation exclusives that actually does show the fact that the PlayStation does have some fantastic games in its library. So please go ahead, pick it up, and play it. This is one hell of a great game, and for it only being a quote expansion, it is a game all by itself. I want to thank everyone who subscribes to my channel. I want to thank everyone who watches this video. Please leave a comment below if you plan on getting this game, or if you even think that they went in the right direction with this series at all. Please give me a like. Likes are always good. Subscribe to my channel, and you remember, out there people, I always end my videos by saying this: have fun, play hard, and remember, the devil is in the details. Peace out.